As you know, Sandy will approach the mid-Atlantic coast later this weekend and is now expected to make landfall sometimes Monday, but obviously with the weather that could change. Whenever or whatever or wherever this storm comes ashore, however, our city is very likely to feel its effects in the form of high tides, high winds, and heavy rainfall lasting for several days. There's the possibility of parts of our city flooding or high winds that could force certain bridges to be closed. The Metropolitan Transit Authority, which is coordinating its storm planning with the city and our Office of Emergency Management, has also said that it will take necessary precautions as the storm nears the coast. The MTA's hurricane plan calls for the beginning of suspension of service before the arrival of sustained winds of 39 miles per hour or higher. The MTA is still reviewing whether to suspend some or all service in advance of the storm, but we are working closely with them, and they have assured us ample notice will be provided of any suspension. A major concern given this type of storm is the possibility of prolonged power outages, as you know, and we're also working closely with Con Ed, as we always do, but this is a large, unpredictable storm, so be prepared for possible outages. We don't know for certain yet if any or all of that will happen, but it is our obligation to be prepared and to make the preparations now. First, this is a good time to find out if you live in Zone A, one of the sea's low-lying areas most at risk during coastal storms, and I just listed. If you live in these at-risk areas, go on the city's website to find out, nyc.gov, and type in your address, or by call 311 and give your address to the call taker, and they will tell you if you do. Let me remind you that during Hurricane Irene, these areas were put under a mandatory evacuation order. And as of now, we're not going to require evacuation of these areas, but if that changes, we will make an announcement giving further details, and you should know that whether you live in those areas, this is done for your safety. Second, because of the high winds that will accompany the storm, we urge all New Yorkers, for your own safety, to stay out of the city's parks starting on Sunday, when the likelihood of high winds will increase the danger of downed limbs. Third, because of the dangers of high winds, the Department of Buildings has ordered a halt to all exterior construction work by 5 p.m. today until further notice. Fourth, let me point out that flooding can be worse when catch basins are clogged by garbage and leaves. The staff of the Department of Environmental Protection has been cleaning catch basins since early this week, but New Yorkers can help and do their part by sweeping and cleaning their driveways and keeping areas in front of their homes or businesses free of leaves, paper, and debris. Fifth, I want to say that the New York City Blood Center, which works with hospitals serving some 20 million people in this region, is urging all donors who've made appointments to give blood to please keep those appointments if they're scheduled before the storm hits. If you haven't made an appointment, please consider doing so in advance of the storm, and that will help ensure an adequate supply of blood products during the week ahead. You can go to www.nybloodcenter.org for further information. The Blood Center, you should know, is sending extra supplies to hospitals in advance of the storm, and contingency plans are being implemented to keep the blood supply flowing during the storm. Finally, concerning schools, we haven't yet made a decision about whether schools will be open Monday. We are likely to make an announcement about that on Sunday. In the meantime, the Department of Education tests for admission to specialized high schools are scheduled for this weekend. The ones on Saturday will go forward as planned. The ones on Sunday will be postponed and will occur on November 18th. Let me repeat that. For the specialized high schools, Saturday's tests go on, Sunday's postponed to November 18th.